luxury, it ain't no fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of
Cancer.
I like how you asked Matt's side of that story, and he just started listing all his Nancy Pelosi facts.
Well,
He's like, somebody intruded the house, and also she's big into insider trading. Seven figures? I don't like that at all. Most people make six figures.
She wore the Sheiky ones.
Oh, sorry about trying to drain the swamp, guys. My bad on that one.
Did you ever see that when it was like her and like 10 other senators thought it would be a good move to wear like traditional
Sheikies.
African garb?
Dude, that was
and they
sick.
kneeled, and everyone was just like, "Oh, no!"
Can you imagine
Stand up.
dude, they're getting like a layup line after that?
The Harlem Globetrotter song just starts playing in the background. Senate.
She was actually Colin Kaepernick for Halloween that year. I don't know if you saw it.
You're allowed to do blackface if it's for a good cause.
If you were Colin Kaepernick, you could do blackface.
Yeah, you have to either be like MLK, Malcolm X.
Yeah, you can Colin
Kaepernick.
too.
Yeah, Colin Kaeperface.
All right, fill me in. So what the fuck happened
So,
with
all
these,
right,
these
so-
rapscallions?
The story that is being reported by the media is that Nancy Pelosi's husband was home in his house because he's not allowed to drive anywhere because he got a DUI like a month ago.
Which makes him more likable, by the way.
Yeah, he's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Paul, I think, right?
Paul.
That's a good DUI name.
He also killed a man in a DUI in the 50s. He killed his brother in a DUI in the 50s.
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's like lightning won't strike twice.
like-
He's like, I killed my first. I'm not going to do it
It was
again.
either the 50s or 60s. Paul Pelosi was hammered, and he was driving his brother around, and he literally drove the car off of a cliff, which is it's so cartoonishly funny. It's seeing like Paul Pelosi take a fucking O'Doyle family dive off a cliff.
Pelosi rules.
Yeah.
Pelosi rules.
So wait, did he land on his brother?
I don't know, dude. His brother didn't land it. I know that.
I like the picture they went out like Looney
His
Tunes.
brother died.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's fucking
But Paul survived to
Paul
fight another
survived.
day. So
Damn.
got a DUI like a month ago.
married
He's-
the biggest tits in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what saved him. She
Well,
landed.
there's
he landed
also-
on her
tits.
tits, dude. Yeah.
I started listening to a podcast the other day and they were
It's
talking
like
about
stunt doubles when they land on that big fucking mat thing.
Bounces to the
Just her
back.
fucking
Bounces back to the top of the mountain off her
Yeah,
tits.
just her congressional titties, dude. Fucking-
Boing.
they inspired airbags. The year after his brother's death, they were like, "She got to throw some of his Pelosi tits in the steering wheel."
By all means.
But no, so there's also like ties. You can go deeper and deeper. There's rumors that and stories that Pelosi's whole family is connected with mob and crime and stuff like that. But we're not going to get that deep into it. So Paul Pelosi was home. Story is somebody broke into his house and mashed him in the head with a hammer, right? But the guy hit Paul Pelosi in the head with the hammer while the cops were there. The cops
Wait, I
were
didn't know that.
there.
That's hilarious.
And then he was just like, doink. So I only know half of the story, but apparently like he called the cops and was like calm about it or something, right? Like he made it sound like the guy made him call the cops.
Yeah.
To say like, oh no, everything's okay. Like don't answer that alarm or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if I'm missing anything, fill in the blanks.
No, I've been ignoring most of the JM's perspective on
Yeah.
this, but I kind of take my own leads through Reddit and other private sources. But
So yeah, JM, the main media.
4chan? Or?
I know what's going on.
No, JM stands for John Montag. It's John Montag telling the story.
The real JM, John Montag.
So, but the whole thing was like basically a guy broke into his house, made him strip down, right? and then when the cops were there, he knocked him in the head with a hammer. Now,
Yeah.
the story behind it is that this guy, so he was like he lived out of a camper. I think he's like super right wing, like
Okay.
January 6th, but wasn't there kind of guy. But then now the rumor is that he was a gay male prostitute.
Oh
that's
my
what
God.
that's what I've heard and know for a fact. Also,
There we go.
what I
That's
what
why
I
we
do
brought you
know,
on here is for facts.
What I do know is that guy used to be a super hippie, like acid in the
Really?
woods liberal guy, and then something turned.
evil
I don't-
hippies, dude.
I think he went full Q, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's gone now. But
It's
what
amazing how much that we can. Oh, sorry, I won't side, but how much Q it can scramble someone's brain. All the QAnon stuff.
Yeah,
Is it Q or is it CIA, dude?
Well, we can get
being
into that
like-
after the Pelosi discussion. So yeah. So
true.
you're knowledge of it is that the guy is a male prostitute.
I think Paul
former
Pelosi
hippie.
was having gay sex with this man.
Right.
There's also the idea of somebody bashing you in the head with a hammer and you not dying. Either end of the hammer.
Right.
Even if you turn it flat and hit them
Right,
with the
it's
long...
blunt no matter where you hit them with it.
You will kill someone,
Yeah.
especially an 80-year-old man, if you
Skulls
hit them with
aren't
a hammer.
that strong.
This
Yeah.
isn't the fucking Three Stooges. He's not just gonna get a lump on his head.
That's what I was saying earlier when you said he went off the cliff. I was picturing it like in Looney Tunes where they go and the car falls.
That's his
but
whole
Paul
life,
and his
yeah.
brother are still like, whoa.
That's
and then they
crazy,
fall.
dude. So this guy's just trying to get a gay nut, which is A-okay.
And he gets and
It's fine.
Do you think it got like in the middle of it? They were fighting for who gets top, who gets bottom, and then the guy caused a
could've been
scuffle.
it.
Like what
I
made
think-
the cops get called? You
I think Nancy caught him. I don't think she knows.
Okay.
I think he got tired of them huge tits. Sometimes you like little tits.
yeah.
He can't drive. He called a male prostitute over. I think he fucked this guy for a little bit, and then Nancy came home, and she wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul
got
needed a
taste
ride.
it.
He
He got a
couldn't get a
taste of
ride
the
anywhere.
He was looking at the cleavage for years, and he was like, man, that looks like a dude's ass. Holy Lord above.
Well, it's like if you work at a pizza place and you eat pizza every day. When it's like Saturday night, everyone's like, "Let's
You're
go
like,
get
I'm
something
gonna
to
fuck
eat."
a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like-
like sex.
Like, if I've been at this
I'm so sick
Domino's
of
long
pizza.
enough, I'm gonna fuck a dude.
If I gotta make one more 5 for $5, I'm gonna blow a dude.
Swear to God, if one more person talks about pineapple on their pizza, I'm gonna fuck a dude.
Keep it up. This is going to be your fault. When I hammer a guy in the head, it's going to
It's
be because
funny
you were
to picture it
debating
though, like
Hawaiian
earlier
pizza.
in the night, like that guy comes in and him and Paul are like cuddling by the fire.
Yeah.
But he's got the hammer still nearby. Like,
Oh, dude.
that was just part of his kink.
Pelosi dog had to know that her husband was making sweet love to another man. I think that's like they all like Hillary knew Bill was getting filthy and yucky.
Oh,
With
I
dudes?
I think all the
With probably
politicians,
dudes, yeah. I mean,
all the politicians, it seems like there's like that unspoken agreement of like if you get caught, it's on you.
yeah.
But they're all like, we're all doing whatever we want,
Yeah.
and our wives are doing whatever they want to.
Well, I feel like this is old news by now. Like, everyone knows this, but
Yeah.
most politicians do get blackmailed or tricked into fucking a dude or an underage
Oh, yeah.
person.
Yeah.
And then it's
And then
just
that's
all
what.
on film
That's always when
and
they're like,
fucked.
when you're like, why is Herschel Walker running for anything? You're like,
Because
can
he
he just
fucked a
chill?
dude a long time
They probably
ago.
made him
and
fuck a dude.
yeah, they're like, you got to do this.
Yeah.
And now they got a guy with all of the concussions.
Yeah, he
ever.
fucked up one yesterday. He said United States is the best country in the United States the other day.
Is he
awesome.
wrong, dude? You want to talk about a guy who got hit with a hammer? That motherfucker's struggling.
He took
dude.
multiple hammers week after week.
Yeah, 100%.
He was always that guy too that like everybody's dad was like, you know, Herschel Walker is natural strong, right?
Yeah.
Never lifted a weight in his life. And I'm like, you saw that in Sports Illustrated and just
Yeah.
believed that.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's
no,
my
push-ups.
dad's-
He would just do push-ups with his wife on his back. And I'm like, his
Yeah.
wife must weigh 300 pounds then.
Such
That's
a
my
dad.
dad's favorite thing to say.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker
He's
never
like,
lifted a weight.
yeah, D1 athlete, fucking 7 million push-ups a day.
Yeah.
I was like, shut the hell up.
They love
Dude.
that as they're eating and drinking and just like
Yeah.
getting fat. They're like, I'm pretty much Herschel Walker.
Dude, it's so funny hearing the difference between how people's dads were. Like, that's a normal thing amongst like white guys' dads of like, yeah, you do this. My dad just wanted to make a gym in our garage and play the Mulan theme song the entire time. I've just had such a different dad
All
than
right, well,
everybody
first
else.
off, let's back it up. I'm picturing either like a dojo gym.
No, he wanted to
play
make a
the
regular
Mulan?
gym and the Mulan song where it's like, let's get down to business. That was like how I grew
I'll
up.
make a man out of you.
That's
the name
exactly
of
right.
that
My dad
song.
was, well, and looks like Mr.
it
Pelosi
work?
was made a man by
is
somebody.
Pelosi visiting your dad later? That's so fucking
First
gay.
of all, let me clarify. My dad's a great, sweet guy, dude. And if he wants to
Sounds
listen
like
to
it.
Mulan,
Yeah.
It sounds very
well,
sweet.
Yeah.
The
Cool.
Disney princess guy.
let him live, bro.
Did your
Just
dad
try
actually
to
have a
best.
heart attack?
He's
or
like,
did
yeah,
he
he
get
taught
caught
me how to
having
throw
gay
baseball.
Dude, I saw an ad for I was looking at stuff for my nephew today for like he's a huge football head, and it was like a net with like multiple targets in it to just practice in your backyard.
Yeah.
But they had possibly the most unathletic dude in the video, and he's like limp wrist throwing. And the only thing I could think of is they were like, "Look, even this fucking homo can land the ball on the
Yeah.
targets." Like
You're gonna be
it
that
was
dad, though,
terrible. Yeah, but I have a great arm.
No, but I'm saying like you'll be like a Mulan dad.
Do you
I've
have a-
never seen Mulan.
You have a sweet baby girl, though, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You can't
She's gonna
teach
be an
them how to
athlete
throw.
though. No, she's all right. Dude.
Ladies can't do
She's
things.
got a
Yeah.
cannon on her
No.
already.
They'll do like that underarm shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the,
no,
like, the tennis
I'll let her
grunts.
play baseball till they try to make her play softball, and then I'll be like, "You're just gonna be a tennis legend now." I'm
You're
sorry.
just a boxer.
Get her some pots and pans. Get her started early.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's got a fake kitchen. She's been whipping up some
Nice.
good fake toy meals for me.
Nice.
Sure.
Every day she comes up and she goes, "Dad, pasta." It's just a plate of fake pasta,
Oh,
and I got to
that's
fake
cute.
eat it. It's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Makes your heart melt a little bit.
My heart
great.
was, no, I mean, I can't have a kid. I'm
Matt,
scared.
when are you having kids?
You're older than I am. You should have a kid, dude.
No, dude, I'm good.
You're far older.
You guys
than
should get
I
a
am.
kid together.
We should probably adopt.
Like
we
a domestic
should.
partnership.
Yeah, we should probably get a kid.
Can
and
I
be
move in here?
Yeah, by all means.
Get a kid.
You should just
Get one.
adopt Drew, and you and your roommate can
Yeah,
raise
that's a
him.
good point.
No, I don't like that, dude.
No, I actually like this.
I'd
angle
say we
more.
adopt. What race of baby would we adopt?
I mean, the obvious one is
Black.
Yeah, but if we're gonna, I don't know. I want to like
If you
mix it
ever
up a
want
little
to
bit.
profit off of this adoption,
I want to like a Sri Lankan kid.
What the fuck? What are you gonna send him back over there? What's that for?
isn't that where the girl that
Get one that'll be good.
Dude, he's gonna own so many. It's got like Dunkin'.
who's the chick that sang Paper Planes? Isn't that where she's from?
MIA.
Isn't MIA Sri Lankan?
No, I think that was an urban woman. But I think like
Okay.
a nice Indian kid. There's
Dude, I'll be honest. I could never adopt a daughter just off the possibility that she'll one day be ridiculously hot.
Oh, that would suck for you.
That'd be,
Yeah.
that's actually a good point.
You're like, cool, it's time for you to go on your own, Moana.
Yeah, not even like on the possibility of me fucking her on some Woody Allen shit, but just the idea of like, if I have a daughter, I want her to be ugly. But like, if I pick one up from the store and she ends up being ridiculously hot and having huge tits and everyone fucks her, I'm gonna be like, I did this to myself.
Yeah, true.
I brought this hoe into my own household. I couldn't.
It's also weird to be like window shopping a kid to be like, that one's really cute. It's a
I,
weird.
I have an adopted cousin who is a big Handsome Idiots fan, so he'll listen to this.
yeah.
Also,
sure.
remind me to write that down. I'm writing down that idea. I write zero jokes these days. I'm not good at comedy anymore.
Yeah, we've heard,
But-
dude.
Yeah, we know. Matt Peoples over here, first place at the Crick last week.
Does that make
What do you
sense,
know?
After I saw you after that too, and you're like, I don't know, the crowd kind of sucked, and then
they
that came
did
out,
suck.
and then you're like, you know what? But like, they're so intelligent, they just got
They
my
got
shit.
me, dude.
Matt was eating them up, dude.
But no,
I
so-
sucked all their dicks.
My adopted cousin had 2 birthdays, and I was always jealous of him when I was younger. He had his real birthday, and they called it his airplane day.
Yeah.
Him and his sister. So it was from when they came over from South Korea on an airplane. And I used to get so pissed off at my parents. I was like, when the fuck is my airplane day?
Drew is really.
I'm literally writing this down.
Really
dude.
He's
writing
looking
down
up
what
adopting
a
children.
No, I'm writing this down, dude. I think of zero jokes now. Every time, I swear, the past like 3 weeks, I've been like, I gotta fucking think of a new joke, and they all stink. They're all so bad.
Oh, yeah. When you try to force yourself to think of
Yeah.
a joke,
Welcome
it
to
never-
Jersey comedy,
Yeah,
dude. That's
I'm
what we
sorry
do.
I don't do crowd work for 80 minutes a week,
I'm not
Matt.
the one talking shit, dude. And I do it for 8 minutes, and I do 2 minutes of material.
Let me capitalize on my one good idea that's
True.
probably gonna bomb, and I'll probably leave it where it
No,
stands.
dude, that's baloney. It's gonna go great. It's gonna be great talking about your hot adopted kid.
It's going to be really fun to watch you figure that one out on stage.
Dude, every person in the crowd's gonna be like, "We wish this guy would just fuck
What
his
the
adopted
fuck
daughter,
is he talking
his
about?
hot Indian daughter."
You're
Let
going to
him
botch
go.
it one day. You're like, you know how you guys always want to fuck hot
Yeah,
kids?
yeah.
I mean,
Hot-
wait,
you have
what?
a hot daughter. Just be hammered at helium. I really want
Get
to
that
fuck
in the
this.
crowd room.
You guys,
Sir, how hot
come
is your daughter?
Yeah, sir, don't look at me like that, dude.
Yeah,
That's the
airplane
first
day.
bit written mid podcast by not one of us.
Oh, I'm about to do 2 more by the end of this thing. I'm on fire tonight.
Let's get this is
just
just a writing
cooking.
sesh, dude. Drew's writing sesh is the fucking podcast
Drew's writing
title.
corner.
It takes me a long time to write things down, so I was supposed to do that.
Do you ever
unnoticed.
talk to text, write them down your phone?
Whenever I'm driving, I do.
Yeah.
Those always suck too, though.
I always do when I'm running, when I'm driving, and in the moment you're
You
like,
run?
yeah, a lot.
Oh, too much. Dude.
Way
It
too much.
sucks, dude.
You run?
No.
Good.
I'm running a half marathon this Saturday.
What? How long?
Yeah.
How many is that? 13 miles?
13.1. I hate that they have that extra little bit on
Yeah.
there because I'm going to definitely give up at 13. Can you imagine if I ran the whole thing, then just laid
Like,
down?
I'm good.
Nah.
I could easily imagine that, dude.
Yeah, I should do that.
I just imagine that
as a
like
bit.
right away.
I was thinking about this. Would Durag and the Deertag be interested in buying ad space on the back of my shirt for the
Absolutely.
marathon? All right, nice. Or we can put a.
How much do we get
I was
paid for
originally
that?
thinking of getting a Handsome Idiots thing on there.
How much do we make
They're
off
gonna
that?
make money. Yeah, you're
Oh, I mean, you'll probably get like one listener, one malnourished, like slower than me listener.
one male nurse.
Sounds
I
like we
was
can get
thinking
$1
about-
a month out of him.
Yeah, you can make $1 a month out of this guy.
I support the Patreon, dude.
You do.
hopped on.
Patreon.com/Durag and the Deertag. It's the hottest thing.
I was drunk DMing Drew one night, and I was like, I just fucking subscribed to your bitch
Get it
ass
for your
Patreon,
kids for
dude.
Christmas. They
Yeah.
want it.
They need it.
That's what they need.
Subscribe to the Patreon, dude. They put out, whatever you guys put out.
Which clearly shows you Matt gave that $1 and still has never listened to
watched
anything.
it.
else.
I paid $2 a month out of friendship. I haven't watched
That's
a
awesome.
single thing, dude.
Yeah, I had to purge my Patreon. There was a couple on there that I just like donated to because I was like, so I like this person, and then
Yeah.
I never listened to one thing.
Yeah,
like,
when the Patreon starts to get to like $20-$30 a month, you're like, I gotta fucking
Yeah.
do some auditing. But
Yeah,
no,
that's too much.
not this one. This is a fucking great page.
Oh, thank
a
you.
great page. I have
you.
watched the shit, dude.
No, it's fine.
You guys got a new studio space and stuff. The things you guys are a little bit skyrocketing
You know,
in here.
people quit sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to find new things. It
Yeah.
happens.
What do you mean? Who quit?
Our producer, Mike.
Oh, but you're in a better, like, nice, like, podcast
Yeah,
studio
I'm very
space.
happy he quit.
yeah, that's
it's
great
pretty
to have
sick.
someone quit and then you guys raise up another level.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
talking about it. I was like, the worst time.
Good dude, but thank God he quit.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah. I
Shout
mean,
out
it
to
just, it definitely.
We still got our
was.
toe in the water on our producer. We love him, but
Have you like put him through any trials and tribulations yet?
no. What kind of trials and tribulations should we put him through?
I don't know. You guys should decide this right now, though. Let's come up
All
with
right.
some
Maybe
ideas.
like
Like in Olympics, we should run you through a gauntlet.
I think he's got to
What
hit
would
a
that-
sock into a trash can from a good distance.
Does it have to be my sock or? Whose sock
Probably,
is
yeah,
this? Matt,
probably.
can you get a
Yeah,
sock?
it can't be like kiss us. Like, it can't be like kiss us. Like, you can't. You
Like,
can't just
deeply.
Like, kiss us. Yeah, you can't just like do it.
It can't be like who do you kiss better.
I wouldn't kiss. I wouldn't do. You wouldn't want to. You
All right,
wouldn't.
your first challenge
I'm
tonight is you have
alright.
to tuck Matt in to bed after this. You have to.
Yeah, my erection.
Get a
I go
nice-
to bed with an erection
Yeah,
every
I don't
night.
see any sheets on Matt's bed, which is not surprising at all. So I'm gonna think that's gonna be a fail on my part.
Let's think before we lie, dude. Okay, I have
Some
6
people
months
sleep.
unwashed sheets sitting on that were white when I bought them and now yellow with small like hot sauce stains.
Wait, why'd you get white sheets?
Yeah,
I thought
that's
they
a
looked
bad
elegant.
move.
That's a real
Bad.
thing. I was in
Elegant?
Target and I
Wait,
went.
so when you were in Target, you were like, "What do I want to portray when people walk into my room in this apartment? Elegance."
You know what, John? I was getting there, dude.
This is an
And I would have
elegance
arrived
prop.
at elegance.
Next to a Supercuts and all other good
Yeah, he's
places.
giving me shit.
Yeah.
He's giving me guff about it, dude.
I could no. I see you went there today, and that's good.
That's
But,
unbelievable.
you
dude.
needed it. I used to have black sheets, and then I would get caught cheating on my girl all the time. And then I literally, this is the smartest thing I've ever done, changed them to camo sheets.
Oh yeah, everything just blends in.
right in, dude. You can't see nothing.
Oh, I thought it was you were getting like foundation on it,
So is your semen camo?
like girls'
then?
makeup on
Well,
the black
just get
sheets.
multiple things on it.
Yeah, my comment is camo.
That's why.
I mean, it's true to form. He's from upstate New York, big hunter. It's the Deertag part.
I come
of it.
real treat, yes.
That's the worst.
You're not
sheets.
mossy oak?
dude. Camo sheets suck so
dude, no,
hard,
girls
dude.
love it.
You don't
no,
come
I believe
mossy
they
oak.
do not, dude.
What's the difference? What's better, real tree or mossy oak?
I mean, I think those are
Or is that the same thing?
no. Those are different brands, right?
I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. I had a pair of
think
mossy oak gloves.
I have both. I think Real Tree is also like a design though. Like whereas
okay.
camo is like
Makes it look like a real
military
tree.
retard army thing,
That'd be
and Real Tree
hilarious,
is
dude.
like the brush.
Yeah.
If you had
know
like
what I mean?
Middle Eastern camo, like it was like the tan with like the blocky of green in there.
Desert Storm camo.
Yeah, like not the actual camo. Well, I think camo sheets might be probably one of the 11 worst things I've ever heard, but I
Dude, you
understand
don't
the
get
purpose
caught
of it.
doing anything.
So did you buy
True.
multiple
Fair.
things of camo sheets, or you just have one sheet?
just one sheet. I haven't washed them
Okay.
ever. No one knows.
Okay.
Yeah, washing sheets is such a waste
So
of time,
dumb.
dude.
I only
It's
do
so
it because
stupid.
my wife like makes me. It's once every week or two, whatever we do them.
Yeah.
And it's always. It seems to be when I want to lay down on our bed on like a Saturday afternoon.
Dude, how
as soon
often-
as I hit it,
How often do you change the lint in the dryer?
I'm really scared about that. So
I'm also
once
pretty-
I became a
pretty gay about
homeowner,
that,
and I
yeah.
was like, oh, if I burn this place down, that's on me.
Wait,
Yeah.
So
you
how
said-
often?
You said
Every
change the
time.
lint. Do you put other lint back in?
No, I'll be honest though. I thought you were supposed to do it like once every 6 months.
like a filter in an
That's how
air
you
conditioning
burn a
unit.
place down.
That's how I've been living my
Nice.
life.
John, that's kind of a married dude thing though, because like I never wash my sheets either, but
Yeah.
my wife didn't insist. And, like, my
Wait,
sheets
dude,
would never get
this
washed.
guy's a fucking fire hazard.
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear is rolling over in his grave.
So how
dude.
often do you do it now?
Like once a month. But
That's
Still terrible.
crazy.
No,
It's so much lint.
That's bad.
That's very bad.
Lint builds up like crazy. Like you do like a
Yeah,
load
it
of
does.
towels. That's like
Imagine 6 months.
Yeah,
I
I
checked
can't
it
even-
the other day because someone asked me. I was like, it was recent, and then I thought about it. I was like, oh, it's been a long time, dude.
That's
And it was like-
aggressive.
it was
Holy
hard
shit.
to pull out of there.
my
I can't-
dryer's
like-
weird. It won't. There's like a sensor, and if you haven't lifted it out before, I think every load, it won't
No.
let you, which is pretty sweet.
Everything I have is from pre 2007, except my Xbox.
Okay,
True.
Everything else I have is old.
Nice.
Fair, very
We
fair.
inherited this when we bought the house. It came with it, so we were like, all right, the people before us we're smart. We would have just been like, we'll buy an old one from a laundromat. We don't give a fuck.
Oh, dude,
No.
that's the first thing I upgraded when I moved into
Yeah.
my house that I got. Like, we upgraded the washer and dryer, like, immediately.
Well, look, dude, as
Yeah.
a couple of renters,
Yeah.
we can't quite
Rentiers.
relate to your crap
Hey,
talk.
that's fine.
I mean, if that guy's house burns down, it burns down. I lose an Xbox
True.
Yeah, but then you got to
and
pay
my
for
old
it and shit.
Xbox. What, his house?
If you live in the dude's house renting it, you're saying?
Yeah.
Don't you have to pay for his house or no?
Do I?
No, there's
You're
got to be
older
some.
than
There's
us, you
renters.
know this.
That's why. Do you have renters insurance? There's the question.
Probably not.
I think Pennsylvania. Oh no, yeah, because
Probably not.
it's a
I don't have
private.
health insurance, so I doubt I have the other ones.
That'd be so sick to have renters insurance.
I think it's if you
and
live
not
in
health
like
insurance.
a building of apartments, you have to have renters insurance in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have it. It does not
ideally,
cover being a cool guy.
I don't think you'd be at fault. Did he ever tell you to clear the lint
Brother,
trap?
you got to come change it for me.
Yeah.
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 This
Oh, I
dryer
would
was
have-
here long before I was.
It's
The
in
apartment I
lease.
rented here, I'd have the dude come for like that was weird. Damn it.
Ew, dude.
I'd have the
You're
dude
talking about,
come
like, making
everywhere.
guy
He'd bring a
ejaculate
hammer, he'd
his
hit me in the
penis
head.
crap?
No, I would have him like if a light bulb went out, I would call him up and be like, "Hey, can you come replace that light bulb?" And he's like, "Seriously?" I'm like, "I mean, you told me anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you for everything."
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
They don't like
literally
that.
have.
It was also those halogen lights, which suck, but they're
know.
cool and wrestlers
Halogen
smash them
lights,
over
dude.
each other's heads.
I feel like you have a maid in this place.
Why you think it's clean as hell, huh?
No, but I feel like somebody offers to clean it. You just tell them to go away.
It's literally just my girlfriend, the only person who she cleans it every time she gets. It's unbelievable, without even request. She's
Yeah.
just like, I got to do it. And I'm
It
like,
is fun to watch somebody be complimentary because everybody else we have here is always like, "This is such a bachelor pad,"
Yeah,
and you were like,
no.
"No, this is nice."
yeah, dude.
I agree.
It makes my balls and penis feel good.
My house is
Well.
not acceptable. But
We'll kind of come by. We'll do the pod there, dude.
You got
No,
fun
that's not
lighting
the
though.
worst.
Is that what you guys were
I
shooting
do.
Durag and Deertag at your place?
we
right?
were there for a little bit. Yeah.
I love a good purple lighting, man. Why is purple the best color of lighting? You're a video guy. It's just so good on the eyes.
Purple rules.
It's really not.
I don't know. I like it.
In terms of like, I mean, but I'm like, that's like more of like a film thing. Like TV, we just want it neutral, right? Like we like it like this.
I think I've
Yeah,
always just
it's-
thought of more. I've always had more of a film mind myself.
As a TV guy, yeah.
I've been
that's
saying
okay.
that.
You seem more of a like a film.
Yeah, I'm real noir
What's your favorite film?
film, like non-comedy. I lied for the longest time
Why
and
would it
said
have to default be comedy? It could
because
be-
when you think film, you think like it's an artsy film and
Like
it says
Billy Madison.
fiend at
Like,
the
this
end.
guy's retarded, but I agree.
Yeah. No, because that's what it would be.
Jamie's
Like
good.
Tommy Boy is my favorite movie film of all time. Like, but I used to always say One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest because I thought it made me sound like, oh, man, he's
Intelligent.
real deep. He's real emotional.
No, people say Shawshank Redemption. when they wanna
Shawshank's a
sound
good one,
smart.
yeah. I always just said
Never
One Flew Over
seen
the
it.
Cuckoo's Nest because my dad showed it to me. Like, I was definitely way too young to watch that movie.
Yeah.
A dude gets his throat slit. There's boobs in it. I was just like, man, my dad rules.
Yeah,
I
but
do
you gotta
hate
learn.
people that like sophisticated movies. Like fucking
Yeah.
stop picking something on a top 10 list and having a
Nah,
fucking
yeah.
opinion. People are like, "Oh, the fucking Pulp Fiction." Like suck it was okay. It
Yeah.
wasn't like Mike or it wasn't Coach Carter. Like there's been
wasn't
better,
like
there's
Mike.
been better
Was
films.
not Airbud. Okay.
I do remember that year when Coach Carter got, and like Mike got snubbed at the Oscars.
Little Bow Wow was like, changed my life, dude. It was
Can you imagine
unbelievable, dude.
his Oscar acceptance speech? He would just be like, "Are you guys fucking serious?
Like Mike being an
Basketball
all-time
is my
movie,
favorite
dude.
sport."
Like Titanic came out with me. What the fuck?
The redheaded kid in that movie who's horrific to look at. He's like
Most
a big
are.
actor now.
No way.
Yeah, the bully.
Oh, the
in it.
bully. Yeah.
He's
He
in a
was
lot of shit.
He
now.
was Todd in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen that show a
Oh,
day in my
yeah.
life.
Well, he was in other things.
Don't you have
too.
a like Mike jersey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Calvin Cambridge Knights jersey.
Oh, that's a big one.
It
I
was
wanted
huge,
a Tracy Reynolds jersey.
That was
Tracy
the
Reynolds.
adult guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Remember
that was,
how he was supposed to be the best player on the team, but they never show a single spot in the movie of him doing anything.
Not a single good
He
thing.
gets
yeah.
0 points in the movie.
Yeah,
if
that's
you've
not-
seen it 50 times like I have, he's like their all-star player and scores 0 points throughout the whole movie.
They should-
He misses 6 jump shots. In the movie.
Yeah, he's
That's his
never
whole
good.
thing.
Yeah. They should like do a reboot of the movie where like he's anti-Semitic, like he's like totally Kyrie in the movie. He's
Or
like-
it's like Mike and it's just Lil Bow Wow now and he's got yellow eyes and he's like, "I'm still exactly like Michael Jordan."
no, dude.
They're like, Tracy, of course you can't adopt a kid. You didn't get vaxxed.
It's not Lil Bow Wow, who's like a small, like the kid Finn from fucking Stranger Things is a small Jewish basketball player. One of the older ones is anti-Semitic. He comes on
that
the
kid's
team.
like 20 now, though.
Damn, he's too. I don't know.
There's no cool kids now.
There's no cool hot kids to adopt anymore.
Yeah,
You
we have
gotta
all
find-
cool hot kids. I mean, cool kids.
You need a Jewish reboot of it. Yeah, a Jewish reboot of Like Mike. The guy's
Who is
anti-Semitic.
the coolest kid now? I don't think there is one.
I mean,
'Cause
Millie
even
Bobby-
even when we were young,
Well, the coolest kid of all time just died, Aaron Carter. He was the coolest kid, right?
Yeah.
Like for when he was what? Like he blew up when he was
Dude,
11, right?
Aaron Carter in his posthumous autobiography, which is the funniest thing ever, that people write these autobiographies and then die, and then whatever they wrote in there is just believable.
Well, also the fact that
Like, he could have claimed whatever they want, and all his fans are like, "Oh my God, Aaron Carter invented
Walked
the
on
fucking the whatever," and like,
well,
That's
the fact
the best
that he
way to
wrote
win a
that,
debate. Actually, if you fucking kill yourself, if somebody tries to call you on your shit during a debate, and you're like, I don't know, maybe not, and you fucking, all right, he's right,
Dude, he
he
really
wins that
believed
one.
it.
I guess he's the president now.
Dude,
And
he wrote
yeah.
he wrote in his autobiography that he took Hillary Duff's virginity when he was 13.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
when she was 13.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy dude, that's so. You know, like, you don't ever want to think about fucking a 13-year-old, but I was also around 13 at that time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's got to be it's a big accomplishment.
How did you get into reading Aaron Carter's biography?
No, I
I'm
saw a
very
tweet.
curious.
A tweet said that in his posthumous autobiography, he said he took her virginity.
I just love
That
that
caught my attention.
that came out that quick too. The autobiography after he died.
Well, she posted about him, so she really that might be a real thing.
I mean,
She's
he
like,
was the
"Damn, that
man.
sucked."
Like he's if you look at him now, the guy that he looked
he's
like
dead.
for the past couple of years, he looks like the biggest piece of shit. But when he was like 11, everyone was like, that guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's everybody's sister's guy. I mean, at least at my age, you guys are in an.
I had an
advanced-
older sister, so like she was a big like New Kids on the Block head. So
What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, you are old as hell.
I'm
What
old
the
as hell,
crap,
yeah.
dude?
Yeah,
I'm
my
a-
older
I'm a
sister
Aaron
was
Carter guy.
Backstreet Boys, so I'm a
Yeah,
little behind
Backstreet
you.
Boys is like my era, and that was my jam.
It's crazy that Aaron Carter went from beating Shaq in a basketball game to losing to Lamar Odom in a fist fight. That's a wild transition in life.
Lamar Odom, dude.
Lamar Odom got him again. I mean, Oh wait, which one died? Which one's Nick's the younger, right?
Nick's the older.
The
dude.
older
He was
one,
the
right?
one in NSYNC, and then Lamar Odom.
No, Backstreet, yeah.
Yeah,
Backstreet.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that. I've actually never known the difference.
Dude,
There's
I
not
remember
much.
the first fire drill is like one of my earliest memories. First fire drill I ever had in school. I thought the school was actually on fire. Like, I didn't understand the point of it.
Sure.
They did a bad job of explaining.
Yeah.
And I remember
you just did a terrible job of listening.
or the school was actually on fire. I don't even remember that part
There
of
is
the
a good
story.
chance.
But I remember everyone was like in a line leaving the school, and I had to run back into my cubby and get my Backstreet Boys fucking tape. I didn't even have a tape player, but I had like the hard copy tape of
Just
it.
in case you ever ran
Holy
into
shit.
somebody with
Yeah.
a tape player and no
Yeah,
tape.
I was like, I need this. My fucking mom gave me this.
They were upset when you were in middle school. They were obsessed with you being on fire. You'd have fire drills.
True.
You were like, you learned long division, the scientific method, and like, if you're ever on fucking fire, dude, here's what you do.
Yeah.
They were obsessed with you
Remember
being
how
on fire.
funny bomb threats
Write that
were?
one down. That's a great bit.
I'm not gonna lie
Don't
to
you
you. That's a
fucking
bit,
do my
yeah.
thing, dude. Don't do my thing.
Guys,
bro.
just
I've
keep
already
writing
done
bits.
it.
I've got to be honest. I wrote that one like a week ago, dude. Oh, thank God it
Oh,
worked.
you're gonna shoehorn bits in now?
Well, it kind of worked with everything, but no, that is a real thing though. I can't believe how big of a thing it was.
Is there,
It really was.
Is there a statute of limitation on bomb threats?
Like,
It's got to be like it's gotta be
you
like a
called
year.
one in, is what we're alluding
Like,
to.
if somebody did, could they talk about
someone-
it at some point?
Theoretically, if some guy like some guy Brew did.
Yeah, we'll call you. Yeah, Brew.
I have a friend who called a bomb threat in one
Oh,
time from the school bathroom, but we didn't do it to the school. We did
Who's
it.
we? Don't say we.
No,
you fool.
oh shit! I can't. Dude,
No, we was the Asian guy that was with him.
We, my boy,
and we didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But
No.
we and Brew were in the bathroom.
I do know a guy that called a bomb threat to. It was to an Asian restaurant, the only Chinese restaurant in
Who
this
makes
town.
a bomb threat call on a Chinese
I don't know,
restaurant?
dude. We used to, cause like, remember how funny prank calls were back in the
Oh,
day?
yeah.
And like, if there's one Chinese restaurant, you call them all the time.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, can I get a billion egg rolls to the? And they'd be like, no. And, dude, that was my favorite thing ever. Was telling people you'd pay, or telling restaurants you'd pay cash and ordering ridiculous amounts of food to like
That's
your neighbors'
so
houses,
fucked up,
and
yeah.
then just watch them bring up like 10 pizzas.
I've never done that.
Really?
What would they do? They just leave it like
They would freak out.
the neighbors or the people delivering?
Both.
Yeah,
it's
that's kinda
always
fun.
successful.
That's one of those fun
No matter what,
gags.
it's funny.
That's probably gone away now because of
Prank calls? No, they
no,
still-
no, like
Oh.
fun like pranks like that where you're sending because it's all Grubhub
It's all
and
credit card now and
DoorDash.
shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
we called an exterminator to my neighbor's house one time, and they pulled up with like literally the van from Men in Black, where they had like a giant cockroach on the top that was spinning around.
a guy got out and asked for sugar water.
And I just remember pulling up in my neighbor's driveway and knocking on the door. And they were the people that we used to order like pizza and shit to their house. So like this was the final straw. He freaked out on him.
Oh.
He was like, nobody ordered a fucking exterminate.
How long can you do that to a neighbor until they know it's you?
I don't know. I lived around the
Drew's
dumbest
out.
people in the world.
Drew's on the front porch laughing
Just
every
laughing.
time.
Who could be doing this?
I was just in my upstairs bedroom window looking out at him. But, dude, he was the dumbest guy I ever met. My neighbor growing up, he used to he got married in his backyard with a torn ACL, and everybody at the wedding, no chairs. It was bring your own chair. So
Sure.
most people sat on coolers,
Sick.
like just coolers full of beer were your
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah.
And he tore his ACL. Or like broke something in his leg, and he couldn't walk down the aisle, so he rode a lawnmower down the aisle.
That's
for his
exactly
wedding.
right. That is
He rode a John Deere down, and he sat there the whole time on the John
Nothing
Deere.
runs
and
like
got
a deer.
married.
Now, was the John Deere idling during the ceremony?
No,
They talked
he
over it?
turned the deer off.
just perfect lines of the lawn.
Did he
dude.
fire up the deer and ride off into the sunset
Oh,
with his
yeah.
bride?
He rode across the street to the fire hall for
Hell
the
yeah.
reception.
Now, were there cans on the back of the lawnmower after the ceremony?
yeah,
I
there
need
was,
to know.
Yeah, but they got caught up in the blades.
There
The
was.
flower boy was a weed whacker just shooting blades of grass.
Our boy was a weed whacker.
Drew's over there with a fucking fertilizer.
No, dude, I was in my fucking room calling pizzas
Order
to it.
pizzas. He's like, actually, this is the one time this prank paid off because we did not get any food for this wedding.
Someone usually does this. I don't know. They'll be here.
Damn, your neighbor didn't invite you to his backyard wedding.
No, I was invited. My
Oh,
parents
okay.
went, but I didn't go. I
To
didn't
be
like
fair, he
them.
was calling pizzas to his house, right?
True.
I don't know if they ever knew it was me. I used to fucking torture these people. They had a pet cow. They had one cow, just like not
Nice.
even a farm, but just one cow. And dude, they were so mean to the cow. They used to like shoot it with paintball guns and shit. So like, I was like, fuck these people, dude. Like, I felt bad for the cow because he didn't have any cow friends.
Yeah.
But also when I saw them shoot him with paintballs, I was like, I'm gonna torture these fucking retards forever.
That's
dude.
A-okay.
Don't shoot a fucking cow with paintballs. That's bad news, dude.
Yeah, you're just an animal activist. I think that's completely fine. If
I do
see
like
my
animals.
neighbor, yeah,
I will kill an animal, but I like them.
yeah. Well, that's fine. You're kind of like a fair guy.
Are you? I mean, you were a big hunter growing up, right?
I wouldn't say big. I've killed a few though.
Bare hands.
Yeah.
No. All BB gun and 22 work.
Okay.
Nothing big. All small game and traps. I trapped a few things. And,
How do you trap something?
with a trap? You
But,
just
like-
buy one.
No, like do you have to buy the
Pretty
trap? Like,
self-explanatory.
I'm
actually.
picturing you with like a carrot and a fucking box and a stick. Like,
Just a Chinese finger trap on a squirrel.
Yeah, you dig a hole in the ground, put spikes in the bottom of it.
yeah,
put
that's what
grass
I'm
over it.
assuming.
No, it's
you just go back and check your pit daily.
No, it's like you could buy like metal fucking
okay.
rodent traps, and you catch like rabbits and squirrels.
I think
and
I was
shit.
thinking more of when people track animals and they like the Rogan and all them always talk about where he's like they'll track a deer through like the mountains for 8 hours to kill it and
Yeah, I
then
never
drag
did
it
that.
back.
That's nuts.
That's got to be unreal.
Yeah, that's insane.
My dad did that one time. He said he stopped hunting because the last time he killed a deer, he tracked it like 10 miles on foot.
Really?
Yeah.
I would cry as soon as I shot a deer, I think.
It's so crazy. Like, obviously, you can't get a car either. So, like,
Right.
yeah.
People always like field dress them, right? They call
Yeah.
it, right?
That is
Cut 'em
weird to
up there.
play dress up to go murder an animal is kind of funny. It's pretty funny to like throw
And you're
on-
covering yourself in the piss of that animal.
just putting on Drew's sheets to go fucking murder an animal, dude.
You got it wrapped around you like a toga.
Dude, that's actually kind of that's kind of gay, dude. Waking up early to go murder an animal and playing dress up with like 3 of your friends because
Yeah.
you're the only ones willing to do it.
Yeah.
Like I've gone like fishing and like crabbing with my dad, and that's
It's the
fine
same thing.
but you can drink during it.
You can drink wine. Oh, you really can't. You're right.
Right?
You-
Yeah.
you're- Probably not supposed to, but you're probably not supposed to. You're not supposed to drink while operating a boat.
When you're like
Yeah.
over the age of true.
Yeah, what's the statute of limitations on that?
I don't know.
Boat DUI.
Guys having fun.
You heard that, cops? Give Matt's gay dad a boat DUI.
That's a 6-hour statute of limitations. We're like, who gives
Yeah.
a fuck?
Do they have a DUI test for if you get pulled over on a boat? Like, all right, walk on water.
Yeah.
You swim in a straight line.
Yeah.
Doing a sobriety test while you're in like 4 feet of water is actually pretty funny to think about.
I think the sobriety test
on a rock. It was a rock.
It's a rock right there.
the cop just starts playing Jimmy Buffett, and if you start singing along at all, they're like, all right, take his
Yeah.
boater's license. He's drunk.
Yeah, 100%. No, every time I went with my dad, you'd crab, you'd fish for a while, nobody would get anything. You'd go crabbing, you'd kill like 0 of them. Because crabbing, you pull them up, put them in a bin.
Yeah.
And then
Would you rent a boat and do it, or off a bridge?
I'd go with my dad and his buddies, and then we would bring it back to the house.
Well, that didn't answer the question I had at all.
What was your question?
Did you do it on a boat or like off a pier or a bridge?
Oh, a boat.
Matt,
We'd both.
crabbing is worse though, because to eat those, you actually have to like boil them alive.
Yeah.
Well, here's what we would do at my parents' house. We'd bring them back in like a tote that used to have like my children's toys in that, and then my dad would forget that we had them on the side of the house for like 3 days, and it'd be in the middle of the summer, and you go out there and they were all dead.
Bake.
You
Nice.
couldn't
Well, I
even
mean,
eat
they
them.
were going to be dead anyway.
And then you just dump like 22 crabs. You'd be like, "That's a fun ass time, dude."
Damn, you wasted life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you ever? Is that the closest thing you've eaten to a thing you've killed?
Probably. I've never really killed anything.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah, that's a good point. To think of the amount of like different things I've eaten in my life, like chicken, steak, everything, fish.
You never killed
I
any
never
of them.
killed one of them. Well, I killed a lot of fish as a kid, but that was by accident. That was
my
like fish tank fish.
My freshman year, Teresa. But that's probably like the closest.
Well,
I got.
all right.
Yeah.
You're being.
was being
being
facetious.
You're being humorous.
I was doing a bit of a bit there.
Yeah,
a little
write
bit.
that one down too. You fucking
I'm a bit of a
pussy.
bit writer.
Write your
guys.
thing down, Matt.
I'm a bit of a bit writer.
No, I used to kill our family fish all the time by accident because I would get excited to feed them, and I'd put. You're only supposed to like shake a little bit in like every 3 weeks.
Oh, that would always piss me off. Killing goldfish with too much food.
Yeah.
I was like, he looked hungry.
Gluttonous
Mom.
fuck.
yeah,
Like, dude, I
that's
thought we were on the same
crazy.
side. Drew's putting his lint in there. He's like, I don't know.
I was just ashing blunts in it. No.
My fish was fucking chill as fuck. But yeah, I accidentally like dumped the whole thing in the one night. And next morning I came down and every fish was dead. And my parents were just like, oh, now we have to explain death to you, you fucking murderer.
Yeah, I never got.
That's how I learned. I learned about death from that. And I had a little lizard.
Did you ever eat any of the fish you killed?
No, they're all, dude, they're buried in the front yard. Me and my sister were the biggest like fucking crybabies. Like we had to, we were very emotional kids, which I'm happy. I think it made me a better person. But like, I lost my shit when a fish would die, or like I had a little
Yeah.
lizard, and my parents would let us have like a funeral and bury them in like ring boxes and watch boxes in the front garden
Oh, wow.
of our house. Now there's another family that lives there, and I love thinking that they're like, honey, I think we should dig up that garden and just start all over. And they just find this fucking graveyard
bones.
of like hamsters and lizards and fish.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
I
bad.
remember I was so sad. I had a rabbit with my 4-wheeler one time when I was like 7 years old.
Like
And
a wild rabbit or your
yeah,
rabbit?
wild
Oh,
rabbit.
okay.
Crushed his skull. Like it was crazy timing
Oh.
where I just ran over his head and like his whole body was intact. It was weird. But I remember I killed it and fucking I was so emotional about it that my mom had the priest from our church come to the burial of this rabbit. He
What?
like blessed
You
the
got-
rabbit, yeah.
you got
Father
Father
Jim
to-
Carrey. Yeah.
Father Jim
His
Carrey
name
came
was Jim
down.
Carrey, actually. I swear to God.
Somebody stop me!
He just climbs out of a rhino's ass and buries the. No.
I'd like to blast you a few questions.
Yeah, excuse me, can I ask you a few questions? One, why did you let your little kid have a 4-wheeler?
Damn. Wait. So how,
So
did you
Jim
know
Carrey
you
shows
killed it
up.
like as soon as you went over? Like when
Oh,
do
yeah.
you realize it?
I saw it run out and I tried to stop
Oh.
and crush his skull.
Damn, dude.
See, but that's
What a
good. Like,
bummer.
if you didn't have that emotional response, you'd be a serial killer today. Like, if
Yeah.
you were like,
And no, I did that, and I also like would shoot squirrels and rabbits in the head and like cook them up, and like that was cool.
wait, you
also.
ate squirrels you shot?
Yeah, I killed a squirrel. Well, I've only ate one squirrel ever, but I killed it with my BB gun, and then we fucking ate it like Shrek. We just put a fucking metal skewer through his ass to his skull. And
All right, I take back the you're
put him
not a
over
serial
fire.
killer
But I
thing.
was like 16 when I did that. So
okay, so you're out of the age where it's
Yeah.
like, because if you do that at like 8,
it was funny when I was 16.
yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty fun.
We also had like a raccoon trapped in the garage that we would get high and shit, and like
We used to get our friends dog high all the time. That was a problem.
Oh wow, I've never heard of this kind of business.
really
Getting
No, I've never
animals
done
high.
it.
Wait,
Never?
let's.
Yeah.
We skipped
Never
over.
done
You've
that?
eaten squirrel. What does squirrel taste like?
True.
not bad.
No?
Yeah.
Did you have to like skin
What would
it
you
and shit?
compare it to?
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to.
Yeah, you scared. No, I just ate the fur. No.
And you weren't worried about getting sick or anything?
Not
You're 16,
at all.
you're right.
I was 16, yeah. I was
Nobody
like,
dies from that when
I
you're
like
16.
my squirrel well done. That's
True.
what I was.
That would be great if you did die and there would be people out there telling the story. Like, everyone's sharing stories one night and you're like, yeah, 2 kids got in a DUI accident, in our high school. And someone's like, I know a kid in high school that died from eating a squirrel.
Overdosed on
Kind of
squirrel.
rule though. If you kind of go down from a squirrel.
Yeah.
True. You deserve to go out at 16.
Yeah.
If you
If the
get,
squirrel takes you out,
Yeah.
yeah.
you're not going to get any better throughout the years.
That's natural selection at that
Yeah.
point, I think.
I could never let a squirrel take me out.
Yeah, you
What-
have to fight.
now,
you have to be in
like-
the hospital fighting.
Did you live like more like rural area?
Yeah.
So the squirrels weren't as skittish around people? Like, could you?
No, I mean, they were in like trees and shit, though.
Yeah.
Like, I had like 7 acres of land behind my house. It
Oh,
was just
really?
all woods and like.
Damn, that's got to fucking rule as a kid.
Yeah. So I
Dude.
would just ride the 4-wheeler through there and make trails and shoot animals and like.
You lived the
buy
childhood I
traps off
wanted.
Craigslist. Yeah.
We had like a little. It's funny because in my mind, when I was little, I was like, these woods, this might be the rainforest. This is so big.
Yeah.
And I've gone back to my parents' old neighborhood now, and I'm like, oh, this is like 3 plots of land. Like you could walk through these woods in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But when I was little, I was like, I mean, I could get lost in here. Like my parents might never find me.
Yeah. It was so much bigger when I was younger. It would be
Yeah.
interesting to go back now, but
They
sold
But dude,
it.
the woods fucking rule when you're. Did you fuck around with the woods when you were a kid?
Nah, the more I hear people tell stories, I'm like, I think I was a pretty big pussy growing up.
You
I was
never
not
lit
a woods
fires?
kid.
You never
Nah.
blew anything up in the woods?
Really?
Oh, we usually set shit on fire a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the.
okay, that's
Did
fair.
you ever make a bomb?
No, we were in my buddy's. There's like a woods near. It's like in Belmar.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. But there was like a big thing of woods out there, and then somebody would just like throw like old furniture in there. So we'd always go there and like set that on fire.
That's always fun.
We set a lazy boy chair on fire, and it started to spread to the brush and like touch trees.
Yeah.
And that's when you're kind of like, fuck, we might have to just leave and just be on the news.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah,
Guys, I think we should leave, and you're holding one in your hand.
yeah, I was telling him to cut that out.
Guys, come on.
Get it? Get it? I'm gonna be a comedian
I'll
one
do
day. He goes,
comedy
oh
someday,
shit,
come
everything's on fire.
Dude, I hope you guys die. But
Have you ever made a bomb?
Yeah, so
Like a spray paint can
we had a
bomb, or-
problem. Like me and my best friend, he's the one that ended up. He didn't stop having fun times. Like he went to rehab and everything, all that. He's good now. I think he listens. So shout out to him. But he and I, dude, if you could, like, if it was flammable, we attempted to.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because
That
again,
was me, dude,
we
yeah.
thought we were like a mile away. If you
Yeah.
go there now, I was like, dude, we were maybe 40 yards from houses, putting like duct taping WD-40 cans together. Basically making like a Molotov cocktail
Yeah.
and just hucking it into like a creek to see what would happen.
Yeah.
We thought because the creek was there that if it did explode that little bit of water would take care of any
Yeah,
problem.
that doesn't happen at all.
No, but in your mind you're like, creek's here, we're
Now you're
safe.
just blowing up rocks and water everywhere. Yeah. Dude, I remember my family was getting rid of an ottoman. They were like trying to burn it in the backyard in our bonfire pit.
Yeah.
And we had a big ass bonfire pit, like enough where you could burn a couch if you were getting rid of it.
Yeah, or a
So,
body.
Yeah, whatever you wanted. But we put the ottoman in there, and me and my neighbor Jake,
It's a good neighbor name.
I think
Yeah,
we
solid.
put like 2 spray paint cans in there, or like
Yeah.
1 spray paint can and like an Axe can, and then we lit it, or we doused it with fucking like lighter fluid, and then we had a bow and arrow, like an old compound
Shit,
bow.
there's layers to this.
And- yeah, and we shot it with a flaming arrow, and it blew up, and it's to this
flaming
dude to this day the coolest thing. I was
That's-
like 14
yeah.
years old shooting a bonfire pit with a flaming arrow.
Yeah, that's
and it
pretty
was
sick.
like.
I had a
It's something I'll never forget. And now I like live near fucking crackheads, and like my
True.
neighborhood sucks.
we
I'm
should
like,
get back into starting fires. Let's quit comedy and just get into
Yeah.
fires. Arson.
I would love to do an arson.
There was we had a kid in
I
our
would
town.
love an arson right now.
we could do like 1 communal arson a year. I think you can kind of get away with 1 a year.
Yeah, you
can't
just
get
say it
greedy.
was
You
a
can't go back
bonfire
to,
that
like,
got out of
every-
hand.
Yeah.
You're like, why was it in the middle of your living room? You're like,
Dude.
well, don't ask questions.
This kid at my school burnt down a factory when we were in school, and he was like, it wasn't like
What did
during
the factory
day.
produce?
I think it was closed down. I think it was
okay.
like an abandoned
Dude,
factory.
that was the best when you found an abandoned factory.
Yeah.
We had a great one. Sorry,
But he-
go on.
No, you're good. I mean, it's a quick story, but he burned it down, and like everyone knew, but he somehow never got caught for it.
Really?
But like all of like our friends knew at least.
But it was also
one
back
of those
then,
things
there
where
was-
it's too many people where you're like someone's gonna find out, and no
Right.
one found out, and he was the man though. Everyone was like, "Yo, fucking
Blew up a factory.
yeah."
We found there was one. It was in Woodbury, so not like far from where you're from, in West End area, and it was called Polyres, and it was like a chemical warehouse and like chemical sales company. So they went out of business and they didn't clear everything out. So we would just like find drums of chemical. We like kicked in a window, went through like the offices, still looked like people were working in there. We would find like barrels of chemicals and just light them on fire and shit. Like you put like a little bit in a fire and you're like, oh, that one burnt purple. All right, cool. So like think about it now, there's definitely holes in my brain from just like inhaling the fumes of that.
Yeah, you got to run some experiments.
Your roommate just killed himself.
Yeah, I think about it ended his life. And now that I'm thinking about it, I was less of a pussy than anticipated. I was like at a landscape. What's it? Landscaping.
Landscaping.
We just like went into the facility. Like you just hop a fence, and we were set a lot of like the crates and shit on fire, breaking into the trucks.
Yeah.
And we got a little loose back in the day. Now that I think about it,
Dude, there was the same guy I was talking about before. The one time we wanted to make a Molotov cocktail, but we didn't.
Oh
have,
shit! That's ESPN Top 10 tomorrow. I'm sorry, yo.
Was that a bang?
I'm sorry. No, he just hit dude with the
bow bow.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry,
it a
maybe
dunk
we
or a
can
three?
splice it
No,
in. That'll
three.
make a nice reel. We'll put it on the bottom.
Yeah.
It was at the 11th
Judah
minute of
Mintz.
the second quarter.
All right.
Second
I'm
half
sorry.
quarter.
Only
What's-
sports things get us things on real.
College
so those will
basketball
kinda work.
halves or quarters?
Halves.
Halves, okay.
Yeah.
So the guy who was my pyromania best friend with me, we couldn't get our hands on like a beer bottle or anything to make a Molotov cocktail. So we're like, all right, we'll just take like a Poland Springs bottle or something and we'll just put lighter fluid in there, gas, hang a rag out the side. So it wasn't working. So he's like, oh, know what I'll do? I'll cut a hole in it halfway through my butterfly knife. Poland Springs bottle, that thin of plastic, just
Right.
puts a butterfly knife through both sides
Yeah.
and into his hand. And the cut filled up with WD-40 and never bled. So to this day, in my mind, I'm still like, man, if you're ever bleeding out, just get a bunch of WD-40 on that
Yeah.
cut. It was so crazy. He had a hole in the middle of his palm, never bled a drop.
Dude,
but
how
yeah,
scary
filled
was
with WD-40.
the friend who had like the pocket knife? You're like,
Oh,
fuck,
he was the friend who had all
this
that
guy's
stuff.
the
He had Ninja
worst.
Stars. He had
Yeah.
everything.
He's gonna make you do this shit. You're like, all right, yeah, I guess we'll go. We'll do that.
Yeah.
There's a
I
several
love that
kids.
friend. What are you talking about?
At
That
a
was
private,
fun.
nah, that kid was terrifying. At
No.
a private school,
It was that and the friend that like would try and drive fast at like 17.
Yeah.
So the
Dude,
same
my fucking car does 90. I'm like, we're children. Shut
my
up.
same friend
my
crashed.
2002 Accord can hit 90, dude.
I think he crashed 3 cars before he turned 20.
Yeah,
So
I had
like
a
from
few of
17 to 20, he crashed a car like 2 weeks after he got his license. I was in it. We were.
Well, I did that too. But
he said it was
wasn't
my fault too. He still to this day, if he's listening, he'll say it's my fault. We were picking up a friend going to school like in the morning because he lived right down the street from me, so it was awesome. He would drive me to school, and we picked him up, and he had to make a U-turn. And he said that I was like, "Oh yeah, you're good," thinking like I'm looking like you're good, and he just out of nowhere banged a U-turn, and we just got sideswiped, and then still just had to go to school. Like we got in the accident.
We're gonna be late, dude.
The cop showed up, dude. I at the time I had hair like down to here, and I remember in like homeroom I was sitting there still picking glass out of my hair.
Yeah.
and we were like nobody got hurt. His mom just picked us up and like she waited for the tow truck, and we just had to go to school.
That's wild.
Fucking sucked.
Didn't George W. used to fucking kill squirrels and shit? Wasn't that a big thing that he was like very famous for like setting squirrels on fire and stuff?
I think W was a squirrel hunter.
Yes.
I think I remember hearing that he used to get loose with them. They made like the documentary or the mockumentary about him. That
Well,
movie
when
W.
he got shot, he was quail hunting.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got.
Well, Dick Cheney shot one of his dogs.
Dick Cheney. Okay.
Which
He's
is
the one
so
that-
funny.
Dick Cheney shot his buddy too.
Yeah, so fucking
oh, his dog.
hilarious.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
he
you
shot
meant
his
actually.
friend.
I thought you meant one of his actual dogs, like his
Nah,
hunting
dude,
dog.
One of his
I mean,
constituents.
people don't talk about that enough. How Dick Cheney intentionally shot the president.
Yeah.
He survived, and then was like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean."
Wait, who
to
did
do
he?
that."
No, he didn't shoot W. He shot.
He shot George W. Bush
Wasn't he? Didn't he shoot George? I think.
I thought it was one of his buds.
intentionally.
Hey, James, can you look that up?
Hey, he shot somebody and was just like,
Maybe I made that up.
No, in the
whatever.
movie Vice, because I'm thinking of the
You're
movie
right, he
Vice.
did shoot
Yeah,
his friend,
he catches his buddy in the cheek with
it's
like
more fun
with
if he
a
shot
quail
George
shot,
W.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, he got me.
That's the other thing too. Then you find out it's quail shot, and you're like, so his buddy just had a couple BBs in his cheek. Like,
Yeah, come
that's
on.
just guys being guys.
Grow up.
George W. getting shot with a gun. He's like your one friend who like would get hurt really bad and pretend it didn't hurt, but like be tearing up in
Just
front of you.
bleeding
No,
out.
I didn't feel it. No, hey, come on, guys.
We're gonna go get beers.
Guys, we can pizza.
You know, I'm gonna stop off real quick. Urgent care on the way. No big deal.
Yeah, dude.
Does urgent care take out bullets?
Oh, I doubt it.
I mean,
So I don't see anything about Cheney shooting Bush. There's quite a few articles about his hunting accident.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was.
dude.
I think it was another dude in government or
That's
like
so
a lobbyist or
funny,
somebody.
dude.
Lewis Black used to do a really good bit about that back in the day about Dick Cheney. He's like, he's in an enclosed space and they clip their wings so they can't fly. How did you miss?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's I mean, he took that guy out there to shoot him in the face. We can all agree with that, right? He's dead.
If you don't shoot one of your buddies at least once, you're not really that good of friends.
True.
You got to clip one of the boys.
Have you guys ever shot at each other at least? Neither of you are gun owners.
Nah,
That's
well,
why I don't
that
like
you
New
know
Jersey.
of. Wait, you just assume that?
I know it because
Yeah,
I know.
everything about me says I'm not a gun owner. I can
I
tell
know
you
for
that.
a fact. As someone who owns 14 firearms, I hate the state of New Jersey because
It's hard to get guns in Jersey, right?
Well, yeah, and I can't bring my. I'm unarmed. I don't like being unarmed, dude.
No,
No,
that's
you
our
can't
new
bring-
segment called "Run Your Pockets."
I'm in the state of New Jersey lacking right now, and I don't like it.
Good thing this isn't live because
Wow.
you got to go back through Camden to get home. And
Well, I got a gun buried on the other side of the bridge, so as soon as I get over there, I'll be all right.
He's got them stashed around Philly.
Yeah.
Because
That's
Philadelphia,
great.
you basically just need a pulse and you can get a gun.
You can get a gun so easily.
have you ever
Wow.
seen that where people will go to a festival grounds and they'll bury bottles of vodka, knowing that like
Oh,
in
yeah.
3 weeks there's going to be a music festival there,
Yeah.
and then go dig them up?
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've seen on TikTok or on Reels or whatever it is. Like the guys are just like 6 weeks later, and the guys digging it up, and everyone's dancing around them. In a
Oh, that's kinda
vodka
cool.
bottle covered
What
in
a buried
fucking
treasure,
dirt.
dude.
Just GPS like marks it where you put it.
Yeah,
You know?
I guess I mean, it's 37 steps from the oak tree. Like,
I didn't realize over in Jersey we're soft as muffins with our gun laws. I didn't know anything
Yeah,
about
dude. You guys are big. Second.
no, we're not
non-Second
soft with the gun
Amendment.
laws. We're hard with
Yeah,
them.
you're hard with them.
We're erect with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're soft as muffins as people.
You guys
True.
are big non-supporters of the Second Amendment. I don't like that.
True.
Well, our governor used to be an actor, and he talks about it a lot, so that'll
Who?
do it too. Fucking Philly Murphy.
What happened
One
to
time-
Christie? Is he still? He's not doing nothing.
Nah, he's just huge.
He's on ABC News now.
He's
His
just-
FUPA went beyond the point. There's a limit when you're a governor. They have like a waist size limit, and his FUPA just got beyond it
Yeah,
after
he's-
that Yankees game where he came out with the fucking.
He's the thickest
the
broad in the
softball game.
West. Yeah, he's a big dog. No, Phil Murphy would go like during COVID, like he would do like the COVID briefs. And one time he called himself a thespian, and I was like, I hope everybody dies of this fucking virus immediately.
Damn, I love thespians.
He called himself a thespian.
He called himself a thespian. Yeah,
Sorry.
Well, he used to be a
Meaning- no, you're
thespian.
good.
He experimented being a thespian in college.
What does that mean?
It's an actor,
Oh,
but he would say the
really?
word thespian. Yeah, how annoying is that?
Thespian means actor.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought it meant lizard people. If I was talking about the Clintons, I would call them thespians.
Gay lizard.
Wait, you're a thespian, aren't you? Aren't you fucking starring in a short
Yeah,
film?
yeah, we
I'm a-
thespized
I say
together.
you guys thesp a lot.
I'm a fucking star actor.
That's
Don't worry
not a
about
big
it.
deal, dude.
I got
No
to
big
watch
deal,
you
dude.
bully everyone making that movie. It was so
Yeah,
fun.
no big deal, dude. I kind of run shit on this set.
I've
and
heard,
it's-
I've heard
I think
you
they're just
rule with an
renaming
iron
the movie
fist,
Drew.
dude. I've heard Drew rules with an iron fist. Dude.
I mean, I don't like wasted time. All right, I'll fucking.
Dude,
It
what do you
was-
think this
You've
is?
already adjusted to being talent for film and TV, man.
Dude, I
No,
could
dude.
see it. I could see it in you and Chloe's face though, because you guys had already been filming, and I showed up, and I was like, guys, this would be fun. And
Yeah.
the World Series that night, so Jeff's like, dude, if we're not fucking out of here before 8, and then I was like, there's no way you guys aren't out of here before 8. I was watching the World Series. I look on Instagram, it's pitch black, and you guys are still filming. I was like,
It was crazy.
oh, he's probably so
It's
pissed.
8:00. We're doing a fight scene with a stranger.
That looked like a pretty cool fight scene.
I'm doing a lateral drop on a stranger. 20 takes of it. It's insane.
How was that fake fighting for 20 takes? Did
I mean,
you
it was
eventually
fun.
want to make it a real fight? Like,
So in the scene, he's supposed to get the better of me, but I never once let it happen. If that makes sense.
that's real method. That's real method acting right
It's
there.
like, Drew, you're supposed to let him lose. No, I don't see it
No.
happening that way.
My character wouldn't let. That's not right.
Every time I would end up letting him win it in the end for like the
Yeah.
shot. But every time he would because he's supposed to tackle me and then just put my arm behind my back. And the first 19 takes, I reversed him.
was
I
that just your natural instinct kicking in?
I was like, get this fucking retard off.
Well,
me."
you're a trained
I don't
fighter,
know.
aren't you? Are you?
Not really.
Are you?
No.
I mean, you.
I broke
What
the
adult
news.
karate do you do?
I could beat up most Korean people.
Yeah, Matt
but-
broke some
no,
news
I'm
to me.
kidding.
Is that
yeah.
What
Is
about
that-
Vietnamese, though?
No.
Matt broke some news to me? Is that common news that
It's
you're
a
going to
new
be
thing.
a?
It's gonna be now.
Oh, street beefs?
Yeah, you're in street
Street
beefs.
beefs,
Yeah. Well, I don't know when it's happening.
We
or
can
who I'm
cut it
fighting
if
yet.
you don't want it
no,
to
no,
be
you're
announced.
good. I mean, Italian Tyson. If you see
It's a
this,
public
let's get this shit on.
Yeah.
But Italian Tyson and Nighttime Guru both don't want to fight me right now.
They don't want that
So-
problem on their hands.
Are they both local fighters?
No, they're former street beefs champions. who
Oh
know
wait,
nothing
you're going
about me.
right to the top.
Let's fucking do it, baby.
Yeah, I like it.
Why not?
Well, I started at the bottom of the Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
pyramid. When you have that cheat code, go up the top,
Dude,
fight
these are all-
Goro.
These are all retards fighting in mud.
Yeah.
There's
So
no
it's not
bottom
like-
or
yeah.
top.
Sometimes
Yeah.
there's hay in the mud.
True.
You know,
Like if somebody
traction.
was like, get to 155 and fight Dustin Poirier, I'd be like, no. They're
You're like, no, but I'll
fight
fight-
this guy in Virginia in a backyard. I'm okay.
Zero health insurance.
Yeah, I don't have health insurance, which is a problem. I should
Yeah, but
probably
look-
get that before.
You
Street
probably
Beefs.
look enough like Matt or I that we could just give you our insurance card and you can go to the hospital. They don't
You're
check that
talking about a
shit.
league where the qualification is like, have you eaten a fucking squirrel? And it's like, yes.
Yeah.
You're in.
Like, damn,
No.
right to the top. You
Get
can
in
skip
there,
a
dude.
few ranks.
My coach told me. I told him I wanted to do Street Beefs, and he was like, "We're not doing that." Because like they don't drug test, like, and he said they don't.
That's the problem.
No,
You're
he
like, yeah,
said,
that's why I want
no,
to
he
do-
said they don't blood test. He's like, so you could go down there and like, if you cut somebody open and they bleed on you, you can fucking get AIDS. Or something.
true.
So I messaged Street Beefs and I was like, do you blood test? And they were like, no. But as soon as we see blood, we stop the fight.
No, we
And I
promise
was like,
no
I'm
one
good
has
with
AIDS.
that.
That's
I'm
pretty
good with
fair.
that,
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, because somebody might have hit you with that. What was the fight we watched the other night? The UFC fight where the dude was just coughing blood into the other guy's mouth.
Oh, that was
that was
Poirier
nasty.
and Chandler.
Poirier and
Yeah.
Chandler.
Yeah.
Dude, also, like, I'll fucking elbow somebody in the herpy. I don't give a fuck. If it's like, that's why I want to do Street Beefs, is because it's such high stakes.
Street
and
beefs
it's
is
not
zero
like-
rules, right?
I mean, they stop it at a certain point. But
No
yeah, you
weapons,
can, like, yeah,
basically.
no weapons. But like, if someone's on the ground, I can soccer kick them in the head.
Yeah.
That's fucking unreal. Back of the head, even too.
I mean, hopefully.
I like how there's still probably the rule of like no shots to the dick. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
Yeah, you
all
can't-
due
yeah.
respect.
Wear a cup, you
Yeah.
fucking pussy.
Well,
Sorry
that's
for the cough. I'm getting over a sinus
No, you're
infection
good.
here.
I like coughs. They make me
watching.
feel at home.
Dude, just seeing you on a street beef fight would be probably one of the greatest things.
Yeah.
that could
I mean,
ever
if I lose it, I'm gonna have to move.
Which
But-
are you just gonna go as Deertag or
Losing
what's
will be
your
better.
Probably Deertag.
Deertag?
Yeah.
I like
losing
it.
will be way better.
What do
If
you
you-
mean?
'cause then
If
you're-
I knock somebody out on there, it's incredible.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Dude, look, if you get knocked out, maybe you go like the entire time and then something like crazy happens, like you get choked out or something. That's a fun one. If you win, it's like, oh, nice. It's
No,
not
it's-
funny to be good at it.
Are you like?
I don't want to be funny in there. I want to knock somebody out.
I want you to be funny, dude.
Are you? Have you been punched in the face a lot in your life?
Yeah, enough. And like,
I was
yeah,
gonna say, is there
spar
enough
now,
that-
so like in
'cause
real
that's-
situations I've been punched enough.
Yeah.
And like sparring now, I've been punched a lot.
I was thinking
So-
about that. I've never been sober punched in the face, and it hurts drunk every
Yeah.
time.
I've
So
only
like
been
sober,
punched-
that's got to be real jarring.
Only been punched in the face by women.
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Well, one was a bodybuilder, so
True.
allegedly.
What can
Oh,
you
dude,
do?
Statutes of limitations.
I found this porn site today, or no, it was a porn channel on Pornhub called West Philly Dungeon, and I was like, that was the name of the channel. So I was like, of
Wait,
course
that's
I
my
gotta,
basement.
No, I was like, of course I gotta click on this and see what it
Yeah.
is, and it's all bodybuilder ladies, like the strongest women you've ever seen getting fucked, and they're like, oh yeah, come for me, baby. Like, it's so nuts, dude. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys.
Yeah, put this at the bottom of a reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need to text me this.
Yeah, no, YouTube loves stuff like this. You guys will be fine. I know from experience.
That's all right, because Matt will never put the video on YouTube, so we're good.
Hey, what the crap in hell? There's one on Pornhub where it's people wrestling, and then whoever loses the wrestling match between a man and a woman, they get to make love to the other
Oh,
one.
that's-
If the
and one
videos
that
don't
prefers.
get
So if the
YouTube, I
lady
think-
wins, she gets to peg
gets
the
to be-
dude?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
If the videos don't get on YouTube, I
Okay,
think
this
we
is
should
a
just put 'em on
threesome with
Pornhub.
these two.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is literally Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar fucking a guy.
A West Philly basement.
West Philly
Jesus Christ.
Dude, he's giving her that Pelosi, dude.
That's, I don't even, all right.
That's got to
Well,
smell so bad in there.
Yeah.
dude.
Also,
What a-
I love how Pornhub was like, "This is for Drew."
This is for Drew.
They
yeah.
definitely had to hit the gym right before that, too, to get a good pump going.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were like,
Those ladies
They're
are
pretty
so
good.
strong.
They work out
literally.
together before they fuck together.
I'll show you after. They literally both look like Brock Lesnar at his UFC debut.
Yeah.
I like how they
Yeah.
didn't name that
They're
anything
so
that has
strong.
to do with the video. They were like, well, we shot it in a West Philly basement. Let's just call it this.
yeah,
Like,
they're jacked and their tits look like oven mitts.
that's why Will
gorgeous
Smith actually left West Philly in
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's insane.
He was
That's
getting ultimate surrender fucked.
so specific to like those are just like Drexel students. like,
They're like, you can live in your uncle's mansion in Bel Air or fuck
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
That's what's great
awesome.
about West Philly, too, is that is a mile and a half from the richest part of the Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
That's happening in a dungeon. Meanwhile, there's somebody on the main line that probably has an actual dungeon in his house with like
Yeah.
people locked up in it because he's filthy rich.
sure.
That is what the rich do.
They lock
I mean,
kids
why
up.
not? That's probably what
If you
Paul
were-
Pelosi was doing.
If you guys had like money, would you get into like child trafficking and stuff?
Probably not
I hate
child.
you.
Just
Just
because
asking-
you need money to do that.
Just asking for a friend and stuff.
No.
If you know anyone. And
Because
stuff.
we're on camera and because I feel it to be true.
Yeah,
no.
it's fine. Me either. Whatever.
I don't know.
It's weird to even think about. I wouldn't. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, maybe I would like. But what I do
you
with
guys,
the kid?
what'd you bring that up for, John?
No, I think that's a totally fair question.
I didn't even ask it.
Because
So yeah,
you're not thinking about it from the right vantage point. Like you're thinking like obviously no, I wouldn't do it. But like when you get with a crowd, like you start comedy, you meet comedians, you're like, all right, I'll do some weird shit. If you meet rich people and they're like, yeah, we just sold this 12-year-old, and you're like, what? And they're like, you don't sell 12-year-olds. You're like,
dude.
I just haven't gotten one yet. Like
So you're saying you want to stay at the country club?
peer pressure
to fit
affects
in.
you at all levels
There
of
it is.
social status.
It's gotta suck to be like a child trafficker and think you're amongst cool friends.
Yeah.
And drop some knowledge like that on some dude. Be like, dude, I just shipped one out yesterday, and they're like, wait, what the?
Yeah.
Hey, he was 11. He's fine. He's going to Mexico. They're like, hold on, what the fuck?
Yeah, wait.
You're not cool. You're
You
not
try
cool,
to
dude?
backtrack it?
Are you telling me you're not cool?
No, isn't that a good bit, guys?
You're the CEO of Wayfair. You're like, I think that's for cool shit, dude.
Yeah, that wasn't it like
Yeah, they're like selling kids as furniture.
they were naming the furniture after like it was like
Yeah.
Megan,
The Ellen 5 or
a
whatever.
$4,000 side table.
Yeah, which I'm waiting for mine to come in, but it's been
This
a while.
one looks expensive. What's this cost you?
It's
This one's
sturdy.
from Amazon that will break at any moment from me watching Sixers games and going,
No,
You
that's
think you
that
could
built-in
chop through
flex
that?
that you
For
want in a table. You always want your tables to swivel a little.
a little bit, just
Just
to
a
kind of
little.
match your velocity.
Yeah.
I'm a velocity match guy. But by all means, I'm being totally serious. I guarantee one guy that was rich started doing like the trafficking thing and then started shitting on people who weren't doing it as like a status thing, and then it just snowballed.
Yeah, that one
Which
guy.
little kids love snowballs, by the way.
That one guy was Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Look what happened to him.
Yeah. You call your one buddy gay for not trafficking? He's like, oh, I'm not a pussy.
Dude, I saw a kid right now. Damn, we're at an hour already?
We've
Holy
houred up.
shit.
Damn, we've
I didn't even talk.
hour-powered.
All right, so this is what I did want to
Let's
talk
do
about.
5 of them because
I went deaf for a day and a half.
You went deaf?
Yeah, I lost hearing in this year.
Can
for the
I
last
just
day
say
and a
real
half.
quick before we go? This is John said in our group text between me, John, and Jay, here's what I want to talk about on the podcast, and sent a picture of him photoshopped holding his ear to a megaphone.
While looking
and
like
goes,
he was taking an angry shit.
Yeah, it's an ear horn.
I mean, I became viscerally angry.
It's an old timey ear horn.
What are you doing fucking tricks and tales for?
So
Just tell
went.
us.
I went deaf
Yeah, the
for
fact
almost.
that one of you guys learned Photoshop is the worst thing that ever happened in comedy.
That'd be me.
But continue.
Thankfully, I have no
That would
part
be
in
me.
Thank God.
I think it's great.
It needs to end.
I don't know. I think
Old
that's
Johnny,
pretty good.
old Johnny. I mean, infuriating, dude. That gives me.
So
that makes me want to
uh,
traffic a kid, dude. I hate.
Are you
Hey, my
guys?
brother.
You guys ever irrigate your sinuses? You ever use a neti pot, clear them
Oh,
out?
I used to work for a place that sold those and got fired, but that's a different story.
So these things should
No,
be
it's
taken
not.
off
It's
the
exact
market.
Story.
So-
I kind of want to hear about that.
All right, we can tell
I
that
wasn't
now.
good at it. It's whatever.
Okay.
Enter the data. Who gives a fuck if it's accurate? It's prescriptions. They're not important. Who cares? Whatever. On to the thing.
So I'm using my neti pot.
Yeah.
And it just through battery basically douches out your sinuses.
But you have a battery powered one?
Oh yeah, this thing is intense. Which I'm
You're
now
supposed to get
learning.
the squirt bottle.
Well, I'm learning I probably shouldn't have the battery powered one because I'd use it like probably once a month, clean everything out. So the other night I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm feeling a little stuffy, feel something coming on. I go to clear it out, and all of a sudden all the pressure goes to both of my ears. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So then everything drains out, and still my ears were clogged. It felt like swimmer's ear, basically, when you're in a pool and you get water in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk downstairs, and I'm all my equilibrium's thrown off because I've always heard that it's your hearing is attached to or your ears are attached to your balance and everything. Your inner ear has to do with your ability to regulate your balance, basically.
okay.
So I started wobbling and shit. I went downstairs, talked to my wife. I was like, I can't hear anything right now. I was just washing it out, blah, blah, blah. Cut to 2 hours later, I'm laying in bed, my ears throbbing. Still feels like I have swimmer's ear. So I get a appointment Monday morning at the ear, nose, and throat doctor yesterday morning. And I go in, finally it kind of dissipated a little bit. I guess it cleared out. I could kind of hear out of this ear, nothing out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So that was wild. Driving, totally deaf, kind of rules.
Yeah.
You're just dude, I own the road right now. I didn't check a single mirror because you don't hear anything. You're
Yeah.
I'm good.
This is
So
the thing you wrote down that you thought would be
I was
worthy.
gonna say,
I want
this
to talk about I almost
sucks.
lost my
Drew,
hearing.
welcome to our lives.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So no,
Dude, you never drove with fucking AirPods in your ear because your sound system
no, because I have
sucks?
Bluetooth because I'm an adult.
I listen to every sound my car makes because it's going to fall apart at any
True,
moment.
at all. That's because you have a nice
feel
car.
good.
You don't realize.
It's not that I have a nice car. I have a car that is in good shape.
2020?
2014.
Pretty pretty good.
Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's a great car. I
pretty
love
good.
it. I love it. So anyway, I go to the doctor and I'm like sitting there talking to him. And
Wait,
he
you
was,
went to the doctor for loss of hearing?
dude, I couldn't hear anything. So I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like I was up till like 3 a.m. watching every YouTube video of like how to get water out of your ear.
How to hear again.
Yeah, how to hear better. How to hear. Start there. I seriously probably typed
How
that in
to
at some
fix
point.
ears.
Sitting there reading the captions because
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
hear the fucking
Every
I was-
guy-
well, now's the best time to be deaf.
Every
Everything's
YouTube
got
video is like,
captions. Nothing.
oh, when's going to find out?
So the doctor was just like, he was like, oh, well, it'll drain out on its own. You're okay. And I was like, all right, well, how long? He's like, that'll be like a couple days. It'll drain out. You'll be all right. Might be a few weeks, who knows. If in 3 months it's not better, come back and we'll talk. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, if in 3 months I can't hear out of this ear, I'm going to have cut it off of my body at that point. Like,
Damn.
Yeah, because it'll work better if you cut it
yeah,
off.
that's what
You
I'm
have a
thinking.
bigger hole,
I'll
yeah.
try anything.
For more sound, yeah.
Exactly.
Put a
That's a-
dildo
that's
in
a-
there. You
gotta
got it's
gauge
like
out-
gauges.
gauge it.
Yeah.
Step one. Yeah.
It's like butt plugs. You know that?
yeah. I'm getting bigger and bigger, graduating.
I know how this works, though.
So I still can't hear out of this ear.
Dude, you'd be the best guy working at a Sixers game, like yelling at the audience, like, I can't hear you.
yeah, I'm like, no, seriously.
No, I have a hole in my.
So yeah, so I think I'm deaf. And the guy gave me steroids, and he was like, "Any questions?" I was like, "Oh, I'm running a half marathon on Saturday." I was like, "Is that okay?" Like
Well,
taking
I get
these
tested
steroids?
for these.
And he goes, "Well, they won't make you any faster." And I was like, "All right, well, that takes care of my second question." Nothing. Didn't
Yeah.
even like break, and I was like, "Oh, he can't
No, I
hear
get why,
either
yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
gold."
No, that was bad. But yeah.
But yeah, so I'm deaf.
I don't like people that expect to kill in the doctor's office. That's a bad quality.
Yeah,
of
trying to
people.
make your
I
doc.
don't
better,
try
dude.
to, and it just came out.
John,
like,
you're a funny guy. I actually spoke to James Moss on the way here, and he said, I said, I'm doing Handsome Idiots. And he said, hey, tell Matt Peoples he's funny, and tell John Montag keep trying. And I said, that's disrespectful. Don't do that,
That
to my
That's
friend.
a lot of fun.
But
That
it
is
was fun.
disrespectful.
It was
James,
fun.
I enjoy having a friendship with James because he will like me and dislike me within one night of hanging out.
Yeah.
We'll hang out, we're going back and forth, and then I go a little too far, and he's like, I don't even know that I ever liked to be. And I'm like, Jimmy Moss, dude, come on, brother. Leave
Jimbo.
that crap in Alabama.
I'll be honest with you, I'm that way with you sometimes. No, shit.
I think most people are because this guy have a big dick, and
I
I can hear
enjoy
so
every
good.
moment we've ever spent together.
Oh, mommy. No, but I think the hearing story was A-okay.
It was good.
I just want to bring it up.
How's it feel now?
This one's like I'm at like maybe 70% blockage, so I can kind of hear out of it.
Yeah.
This one's clear, but it was like I've never. If you had to pick a blind, deaf, or mute, what would you go with?
Retarded.
All right, well,
I
that's all
probably-
three.
Probably
It's tough.
probably blind.
I'd probably go mute. I like the lady who was like supposed to be the sign
Blind,
language
so I
lady.
wouldn't have to
Yeah,
watch
lied.
this
Yeah,
Syracuse
she was
game.
making shit up.
Yeah,
Was it?
she was just throwing gang signs.
Dude, our fucking oranges are.
I would love to be blind right now. This
Nah,
would be
dude.
good.
No, with this
I
game.
mean, this is such a fan.
but I think I could get after doing a day and a half partially deaf. I think I can. Somebody has this bit that they're like, I've heard enough. I've heard like everything I need to at this point. I think I could do. I would pick deaf out of the three.
James, speaking of blind, James Moss has one of my favorite roast jokes. Hate to quote on a pod, but when he was roasting whatever that kid's name was that was blind,
Shannon, yeah.
and he called him Carlos Can't See Ya. Probably one of the hardest I've ever laughed about.
That
was
that joke made me
incredible.
understand why at comedy shows black people will jump out of their chairs and run around, because I did that in that moment. I like hopped out of the chair and like slapped the wall, and other people running around. I was like, oh, I get it now. Like
Yeah.
this is the best feeling ever.
That was an all-timer. It was a great show. Helium should bring it back.
Yeah.
That was me, dude.
We're trying to make
Let
it
the
happen.
boys back in the door.
Let him back in.
Let's get in there.
Do you want to plug anything?
Patreon.com/Durag and the Deertag.
There it is.
DRU_Montana on Instagram and stuff. You guys rule. And Handsome Idiots podcast. How about that?
Hell yeah.
Follow that.
Yeah, you
What
should.
do you got? Anything
You
wanna
sure
promote?
should. You sure as hell should. You sure as crap should. What do we got? November 19th, fucking next in line. We're gonna hang out with some kids over there.
Traffic.
What is that? Whatever the place to do it at, the Free House.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And the 10th of December, Jim Kelly's show at Belfont Brewing. You've done that one before.
I have not.
I'm on that one with you.
I think I got a canceled one.
I dropped off of one to go to Skankfest and have a good old time.
Oh,
and do
what
acid.
Yeah,
Weird
should we just
decision.
do another hour of you talking about how great Skankfest
I can't
was?
even
I
talk about that. That's
meant to
actually
ask you
pretty
about
absurd.
Yeah, you guys will get there someday on somebody's guest list without being invited. You guys will get a friend.
that. I'm hoping in a year or two we're on your guest list, buddy.
Dude, I hope so. Walking around with Naeem at Skank. Sorry to keep this going long.
No, that's
walking
fine. I'll
around with
fucking
Naeem at Skankfest was the funniest thing because, like, so we had 6 in Shaner's guest passes. So I was like, nervous to go into the green room. You know, not nervous, but I was like,
Right.
I don't want to like overstep my boundaries.
Yeah.
But Naeem's like walking backstage to everything and just like
making a sandwich in the corner. You're like,
dude, literally, like I saw him walk out with like 5 slices of pizza at one point. He's like, we need these
head
for
to
later.
toe,
Yeah.
head to toe in Skankfest gear. I didn't even know they were giving out shoes. Yeah, there's a guy.
Taking a nap. He's like, dude, they had a massage person in the green room. Naeem's one of the only people I saw getting a massage. I'm like, even the comics aren't using this. What are you doing?
But Naeem's definitely one of those guys that has that attitude of like, just do it till you get caught. Like,
yeah. No, he did it all weekend. It was incredible.
nice. I envy that. I have the opposite of that. I like
Same. I'm
I
like
pussy out
nervous
immediately
to-
to take advantage of anything. Like,
Yeah.
I ask
100%.
questions, which is the problem. I'm like, can I come in here? Naeem's like, fuck that. You
Yeah. Do
act
what they say,
you're
get
supposed
out.
to be
Naeem's already
here.
in there with
Yeah.
his feet up.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Yeah, I do the same shit.
Well, that'll tease. I think Naeem's coming on next week. So,
Hell yeah.
listener,
come
you're gonna
back
have
on with
the other.
Naeem
Yeah,
again.
just
Come
come back
back
on
on.
next
Yeah.
week.
I'll be back.
Let's just make this the podcast from
Just
now.
keep fucking drinking every Tuesday.
Yeah, you're gonna have that captain still?
Yeah,
I'll be
100%. We'll keep that shit.
He might even
flowing.
have more captain.
I'll
I
have
might
the-
be drinking by that time
Brings
too.
his own Coke next time. Though.
For the love of God, dude. I gave him the flattest Coke of all time, and I'm glad you didn't notice. Thank God.
No, it was pretty bad.
It's gonna be in the reviews on the podcast.
It was not a fun looking Coke, but we're here.
You also shook it. I saw, so that didn't help.
I was just trying to get Buble, so I was trying to
That's
get
just how
bubbles
you check
involved.
'em?
Yeah, I thought I was trying to get bubbles again. I mean, I tried to carbonate it in real time. It was,
Blowing bubbles in with a straw.
yeah, I was being a little yuck-tastic.
This is how they do it, right?
I'm not proud.
Microwave this thing.
What do you want to promote? Your fucking left ear, or what are we talking about?
I'll be doing a benefit for the deaf. I don't know when.
We're gonna get that. Some
Yeah, that's gonna be deleted.
no, sir.
No, it won't.
keep
It's
it
deep
in.
enough in. No, I mean that show we're on Belfont. I got a couple Crick shows coming up, and
One of Drew's good friends.
well, I do. I have an Eddie.
Oh,
I have,
sorry,
a,
talking about
I have a
cricket.
cricket show
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Drew's
no,
gonna
fuck
be on
guy.
that one. Drew's
No,
gonna
honestly,
headline
and
that
Cricket,
one.
if you're hearing this, take John and Matt off all your shows
I'm
because
not
they're
on them.
friends with me, and when you're not around, they talk
damn.
crazy about you.
I'm gonna get so unbooked from cricket now for you coming
should.
on, and I don't mind, but that's
should.
funny.
Hey, look, dude.
There's a conversation will be had.
Jay, clip this.
Yeah,
Clip this.
there's the real.
That rules.
I got
That's-
nothing else.
That's been our podcast, and I just want to say, look, the red wave may not have come this time around, but boy, is that thing flowing, dude.
Boy, Dip Sanders, brother.
No fun, no it ain't.
Sanders
No fun,
2020,
a little bit of-
Handsome.
No fun, no it ain't. No fun, a little bit of-